Was?
What? This here's the story of four men going through the 1920s. Well, these four boys returned from World War I, and they all met up in the Army. First there was Rip Peterson, and then there was Hoops McGee, and a guy who went by only one name, Wells. And finally, the big guy in the group, Boyd Frost. These four guys grew up in the Army together, and they were best friends.
Hey, doll. Good to see ya. Hey, you should all come to the Sunset Hotel. We'll all have a ball.
Wells and Boyd moved to one side of the country, while Hoops and Rip moved to the other side of the country. During the period after the war, a lot of people thought other people were communists. This is called the Big Red Scare. You couldn't even paint your barn red without being a communist.
Da! Da?
Sorry.
Huh? During the Harlem Renaissance, African American music, like jazz, became very popular. Old Boyd and Old Rip had a band back in the war, and they decided to get together for one last time.
Hey Rip, we're getting the band back together.
All right, I'll catch the next train out of town.
Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
The Teapot Dome scandal was when one of President Harding's men allowed oil companies to drill in to the National Oil Reserve. And Old Boyd got into a bit of a trouble with this one.
I got the best idea ever. Okay, drill sideways into the Teapot Dome Oil Reserve. Right? Right? No, okay, I see where you're coming from. It's a little bit illegal. But I paid off the president's people.
Hello, L. Ron Hubbard, Secret Service. We have a reason to believe that you're drilling into our nation's oil reserve in the Teapot Dome scandal. I understand.
It wasn't me! It was him! He betrayed me, that little scoundrel! Let me go!
And he was never seen again. It was hard for a guy to hold a job, so Old Rip went out and tried to hold down a series of door-to-door salesman jobs.
Howdy, ma'am. Howdy, ma'am. I was wondering if you'd be interested in buying this set of ties this morning. Howdy, ma'am. How you doing this morning? Howdy, ma'am. How you doing this morning?
What are you doing?
Nothing. Howdy, ma'am. How you doing this morning? I wondered if you'd be interested in buying a wonderful set of camels from me this morning. Yeah. Howdy, ma'am. Howdy, ma'am. I was wondering if you'd be interested in buying a set of ties here from me in the... Howdy, ma'am. I was wondering if you'd like to buy one of... Howdy, ma'am. I was wondering if you'd like to buy a wonderful horse of... Howdy, ma'am. I was wondering if you'd like to buy this latest piece of technology from me in the... Have you been having trouble explaining about the birds and the beast here? Howdy, ma'am. I was curious if you'd like to have this dog. I found digging through your trash, and that's...
Well, Hoops McGee went on to be an undercover officer, specializing in secret top agent type things. Hey, doll. How's the view from up there? Well, old Boyd went on to be an oil tycoon. And like every oil tycoon, he went on to be the same selfless and humble man he always was.
Oil. Oil. Money. Money and oil.
And Wells didn't go on to do anything great. He died. But he did leave behind a great legacy, and the boys finally figured out his last name.
Fargo?
And finally, there's Rip Peterson. Old Rip went on to be one of the top Secret Service agents, especially during the Kennedy era.
Yes. Why, yes, the president will be fine in the back of a convertible.
And that does it for the story of these four great men, making their way through the 1920s. Except for Wells, who died. We love Mr. Locker.